Bum, 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 bum. We're here, dude. Welcome back to In the Moment.
Guess who's
This
back?
isn't In the Moment. This is Cool Story, bro. I noticed you're doing the hand thing where you're holding your mic instead of being bougie.
Hand, so it's gonna be weird. Like the first time I had it good, but then something about the sweater's just not working good. It was sticking out too much.
It's probably because it's a little tight.
I didn't want people to think I was too excited to see them. I just wanted to hold it, look fancy.
Okay. Anyway,
Pinkies out.
Yeah. So we mentioned last episode that how we know each other. We're like best friends from high school.
Best friends.
All right, you ass.
Just kidding. That's my dog.
Anyway, we were best friends in high school. I would say we were.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we were. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I distinctly remember your mom asking you who your best friend was, and you told her it was me.
I probably just said that not to get in trouble.
You did have some other friends that were pretty risque. I wouldn't necessarily say they were your best friends, though.
They were acquaintances.
I wouldn't say they were acquaintances. They were more than acquaintances.
Okay. You're special. I still talk to you.
I'll say you're my oldest friend. How about that? We've known each other since we were like
elementary school.
Yeah, like elementary days.
Literally.
Yeah. But we're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk a little bit how we know each other. Tell some stories from growing up.
Obviously, we can go way more in this. So this is like skimming the surface.
Yeah, and we'll talk some more about that. But I have a little bit of a twist.
First man I cuddled with, no homo.
I have a little bit of a twist. That's right. I'm gonna go get said twist. Huh?
I said they're gonna think I'm gay from these comments. I'm just gonna say.
I had girlfriends that thought you were. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get the little twist real quick, and then I'll explain what they are.
Let's get it.
Talk.
What am I supposed to talk
what
about?
I'm doing.
Okay, he is currently he's smacking his ass while he's going to get these drinks out of this mini fridge. This is a dope ass mini fridge. Oh, they're glass bottles.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay, so what I have here. I went to Rocket Fizz. We have a Rocket Fizz in Pearl.
What is Rocket Fizz?
Rocket Fizz is a candy store.
Give a little background.
Rocket Fizz is a candy store in the Outlet Mall.
Take it to the candy shop.
I did take it to the candy shop. So I have two essentially disgusting flavors of soda flavors that you would not necessarily think are soda flavors. I'm out of breath a little bit because I ran.
But that was like 2 feet.
Shut up.
Look, if y'all could see how far this man just like walked to get these.
Waddled. I waddled. We'll be honest. I waddled.
Says he's out of breath.
Okay. So I'm going to show.
So we're going to comment on this jersey situation going on.
You can shut up about that. All right. So I have enchilada flavored soda. Going to be gross. And then no, you can choose whatever one you want. Then we have mustard flavored soda.
Ooh.
Also gross.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
You could choose. I'll let you choose whichever one you want.
You got a quarter?
We do rock, paper, scissors again.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Who wins gets what? Winner gets what? Loser gets what?
Winner gets to pick what they want.
Okay, I kind of hope you win.
Okay.
How did you do this last time and hold this?
I set the mic down last time. We can do this, though, and make it look weird. You ready? We're going to do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, we'll do it again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We'll do it for the third time's charm. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I won again. Ooh.
That's so weird.
Oh, these are so bad. I'm going to take... You know what? I'm going to take the mustard.
I feel like the mustard's honestly the least one. Okay, here's one stipulation. I know we have COVID going around, but bro, you want to drink my drink after me?
I might taste it, but I'm not going to like...
Okay, well, like Waterfall.
I've had COVID and it sucks.
Waterfall the first sip. That way we can trade it back and forth.
Okay.
That's a good deal.
That's a deal. Shake on it.
Squeeze?
I'll explain a little bit. Hurt my hand the other day.
Jesus.
Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to take the mustard because I feel like it's going to be the least disgusting because little backstory, I've had experience with these kind of I've never drank these flavors, but the Rocket Fizz flavored, like weird flavored drinks I've had before. A lot of them. I've done cucumber pickle, key lime pie, pizza, bacon.
I feel like key lime pie would be
corn. There was corn and butter.
Corn's a little weird. Corn with a C, corn with K.
Corn with a C, and then butter. Butter flavored soda was gross.
Hey, I did want to try
grass.
some,
I've had grass flavored. I've had dirt flavored. Anyway, so in my experience, the food flavored ones are gross.
Why would you buy these things?
For science. Mm-hmm. You might want to hold that up a little more closer to your.
No, I did that one on purpose. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I actually have to grab my bottle opener because they take a bottle opener. So it's gonna take me a little bit.
Okay, now we're gonna go back to just me, talking with Spider-Man behind me. That didn't take long at all.
It didn't.
You literally could have just leaned over.
How about you shut up?
You made that so
okay.
dramatic.
All right, I'm gonna open this bottle now. It won't open. Oh my god. 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 I'm gonna set my mic down.
There was some severe technical difficulties.
Oh
While he's
no.
putting all that together, I'm gonna go ahead and do
You
this.
stole my bottle.
You're dang right. So,
it definitely smells like mustard.
Jesus, this bottle is like freaking retarded. I mean, special to open.
That's not PC.
Sorry. Hopefully we can cut that out. It was in the background. So this is what that enchilada one looks like. I'm gonna hope that it
Oh, this is potent. Oh, I'm so. You ready? No.
About to get this waterfall. Actually,
Why don't we switch drinks and then waterfall them?
Okay, whatever. I was about to say it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Just do it. Oh my god. Are we waterfalling?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I'm not gonna be able to do that. Oh gosh.
Jesus. Not gonna lie, it's pretty.
Oh.
Pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
There you go. Now we're gonna drink each other's urine. I mean,
Nobody does this. This means just be trying this mustard.
oh.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh.
It went in my throat, and that one's nasty.
That was pretty bad.
Okay, honestly, now,
All right.
now mine's okay.
Okay, yeah, yours wasn't that bad. I should have picked that one. I'm gonna.
It's still not good. Don't let this fool you guys.
I'm gonna clean up my mess a little bit.
Tastes like some booty. Crack.
It tastes like what?
Booty crack.
Booty crack. All right.
I didn't know where I was going with that one.
Oh, I messed up my camera and everything.
Mustard one, terrible. That was a terrible idea, sir.
Okay, so
like when I waterfalled, it went straight to like the back of my throat. So it was just like nothing but mustard, like rush in there, and I was like,
all right. So do you want to start off with questions or talking about
wait, what are we talking about?
Talking about how we know each other, bro.
Bro, how do we know each other? Let's take it on back.
You want to take it back to circa like third grade?
Well, I'll give like the brief synopsis of that amount of time before. Sorry, I had a little phone call. Had to be fancy, check my watch.
It is what it is, brother.
I'm a busy person. But, no, we actually were, we went to elementary school together. We had a couple classes together. And then you left and went to another school.
I did. I went to another school in middle school.
And I would say our friendship really didn't like...
blossom.
Yeah, quote unquote blossom until like
high
school. Like, we were friends and like knew each other pretty well. Like, we would hang out and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say we like hung out like regularly.
I don't ever think we hung out.
We had mutual friends. That's what it was.
Well, no, we were like friends at school, but I wouldn't say we hung out.
Yeah, he was alright.
We probably went to birthday parties at the same house or something.
Yeah, we did do that.
A couple times.
But
yeah, when I moved schools.
Then you came back. It's literally like still in the same county. So like, did you really?
We went to a county school. No one knows.
It is what it is. But yeah, then you came back and it was all of a sudden, it was like we had I think it was like ROTC.
Yes.
When I was in there for like 2 days.
Yes.
and
then you ended up being the one in the military.
I know, right? It's crazy how life works out, kids. But yeah, I'm gonna have to remind myself to take a drink
right,
of this.
and if you don't finish it before the podcast ends, we have to chug them.
I have so much to go.
That's why I'm taking big sips. Just getting it out of the way.
But yeah. So it really didn't blossom until we got into high school, and then ever since then we've been pretty tight. You know, we had we did have a brief time.
We had a little bit of we took a break from like sophomore year to about senior year, I would say.
It's because your girlfriend was a bitch.
Yeah. I had gotten a girlfriend, and I typically do this when I get girlfriends. I tend to not hang out with my friends.
Well, honestly, what really happened also
She also didn't like you.
Yeah.
She thought you were gay.
Yeah, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, she thought I had the hots for Brendan, and like I was literally dating somebody else, and I was like, okay.
But so yeah, I would say freshman year. We'll start off freshman year.
Why do they always think I'm gay, man? It's just
tendencies.
Oh,
it happens. It's probably the way you look at me, honestly.
Hey, it is what it is.
So yeah, we'll start off with freshman year. Yeah, the first first day of high school. We had a couple classes freshman year though. We had science together too.
We did. Miss Harris that couldn't say crawfish and
crayfish. Dude.
That's like my biggest memory from that class, and watching The Miracle of Life. That was scarred me for the rest of my life. That's why I don't have kids.
And it wasn't like she didn't tell us like a week in advance, a couple days in advance. It was like we came into class and she was like, "We're gonna watch a movie today," and then we didn't know what it was, and we now know what it is.
For those of you that don't know what The Miracle of Life is, may I provide to you Google? Are we supporting Google? You know, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Google or Bing, depending on which search engine you use. Miracle of Life. It's like a movie definitely from like the 80s or the 90s. Tells you all you need to know about birth and how amazing life is.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor us.
Sponsors.
Move past. Anyways.
Dude. You were the reason why I said my first cuss word.
You know, honestly, yeah, I do remember that too. We were out there playing football. That was honestly a big reason why we got friends too.
We were on the football team.
We both sucked.
Yep.
But we were out there.
Yep. And definitely out there.
Yeah, we were there, and Brennan was like, he was a pretty good kid, I would say, all growing up and everything.
I was churchly. I was very churchly. My dad was a youth minister and stuff.
Which I'm not gonna say I wasn't churchy, but I was me. And so I was
Marty's
sitting there.
a rebel.
I am not a rebel. But yeah, I was sitting there, having a good time, and it was me, him, and can I say his name, Charles?
Sure.
Fine. Anyways, we were sitting there talking, and I was really aggravating Brennan. That was really my whole point, because
he was trying. So
I hadn't seen him in years. It was time to aggravate this man.
I didn't cuss. I had was totally against cuss words and stuff like that. I never said anything bad. I was often called a prophet.
He was something. Prophet? I don't know about prophet. You were a good kid, though. I definitely thought you were going to go, head first into the ministry back in those days.
I almost did.
And then his life turned out.
Yeah, I almost did, but...
I mean, technically you did do some, so...
I never felt called to it, though. It was always for personal gain, not... spiritual gain.
We should have a religious episode one of these days too.
Sure.
Throwing out podcast idea mid-podcast, really
it's okay.
Spicing things up here.
Yeah, dude. Marty pissed me off. I did not cuss at all.
Mm-mm.
Marty had pissed me. I forgot. You were saying your mama. You were doing mama jokes, just talking.
It was
just talking.
Pre ninth grade, pure pubescent teen age,
14,
going at it, going hard against this man, and we never hit each other in practice. I don't know why we never hit each other in practice.
I'll tell you why. I was scared of you, laying me. No, I thought I knew that we both sucked, and I thought that
He didn't want
you
to be
were
the
a little
worst
bigger. If you don't remember, I was pretty small in high school.
Yeah, you were.
You were a little bigger than I was. I was always scared. I was always scared of getting just demolished by you, and then people being like, "You really just let Marty put you on your butt?"
Damn. I don't know. It might be a little bit of an insult, but I'm taking it as a compliment. He didn't want to get ran over by me, everybody. Y'all hear that? He was scared of me.
I'm man enough to admit now that yes, I wasn't scared of you. I was scared of the thought that I would look like a pure weakling in front of everybody, and then, knowing that because you back then
I was terrible. I was a definite skill position size person in a lineman position.
We both were, really.
Yeah, we really were.
I was like,
we weren't fast enough to play what we should have been playing.
We weren't good enough to be out there on the field, really.
And honestly, we played linemen and stuff in middle school, and we were fine.
I didn't. I was running back.
Oh God.
Yeah. I was tiny.
I should have went to y'all school.
I was tiny.
Anyways.
Well, I was a fullback. I don't want to say I was a running back. I hit people.
Hey, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. We were never going to pan out as well.
Bro, but there was just something about this was this was before you'd gotten into that fight. That's what really changed your life. We'll talk about that in a minute. Getting into the fight in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We never really, you really weren't, that until people saw that you could fight. But I knew in my heart.
His hands, cuz.
I didn't know I don't want to say I knew, but there was always something in the back of my head, if I call Marty out and hit him, and he just pancakes me and just tears me apart, and people are gonna be like,
yeah,
yo,
not gonna lie,
you don't belong here.
I had a nice little pop, but I was definitely the bottom tier of the team, so it is what it is. But the one thing
we weren't the worst people on the team.
I was not. But
neither one of us were.
One thing I did though is every time I was on practice squad, I knew my role. I knew I was second string, and I knew I was.
You
not
did go
get in the
hard.
Game. I would go so hard against the first string.
But you would get tore up, and then you'd be like, yeah,
bro. I would get my. It was like an everyday thing. I don't know what was wrong with me. Maybe I was a weird kid or something. But it was the whole day I'd look forward to football, and then I'd get my ass whooped out there. And then I'd be like, yeah, y'all gonna do good in the
and
game.
he would talk. Dude,
I'd be talking.
You'd be talking so much crap to him.
I remember two guys really individual. Shout out if they ever watch this, but Noah and Garrett, before Garrett left. Bro, they were lined up on one side, and I was supposed to be splitting them the whole time, and Noah was like, man, can you just take it easy one time? They were supposed to be walking through. Man, for some reason that fired me up, and I was like, I'll go even harder. Well, Garrett had enough of it, and he pancaked me 3 times in a row, and I was like, I might have messed up there. But I was still talking crap the whole time on the ground.
And he's just talking, and and Marty does that though. You got to realize Marty, when Marty's down, he's like, I'm finna piss this. I'm gonna mess with this dude's head.
My thing is if I'm going down, I'm gonna go out with everything I got. So you gonna hear it.
Might as well. So yeah, you were kind of. I mean, and I was too. We were both dude, it's bad, isn't it?
It literally tastes like the picture.
This doesn't taste like mustard.
Right, look at that picture and tell me that
taste.
That,
it's not even a good enchilada.
Like this trash enchilada.
Like microwave enchilada.
Freezer burnt.
Yeah. But I would say your life really changed when you got into a fight in the locker room.
There was one specific one. So before that, I had been in fights and stuff, but nobody ever talked about it. Nobody ever wanted to mention it. This one was a big one. The big one, this guy, he was supposedly, quote unquote, hard or whatever. So
he was supposed to have been in a gang or something
something like that.
And he was hard. And
I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually have no problem with him. We just had that fight, and then after that, no problem with him.
But people just didn't respect Marty. I was a little. I was the.
You were the funny one.
I was the funny one. So people were like, you suck at football, but that's my dude. Marty, on the other hand, people I don't think people respected you. Well,
I mean, I was cool. Everybody got along with me. Nobody had a problem with me.
It was Marty's chill, but this one specific moment took you from Marty's chill to
oh, Marty kind of cool.
Marty, no, I would say, because, and we'll talk about this a little more, but junior and senior year, you were way cooler than I was. You were like part of the like.
So this is an interesting,
quote unquote, popular kids group.
This is an interesting kind of like, I guess, kind of like philosophy kind of thing that I've kind of pondered on with my life. And I hear that a lot, especially like looking back on like high school years. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, you were kind of, pretty popular and stuff."
You were.
But it never felt like it to me. It felt like I was the same person.
Well, because where are those friends that you had? Where are they now?
That is true. Don't get me wrong. Some of them, I know I could reach out and talk to, but like, I'm not gonna go sit there and record a podcast like how I am with you. I'm not gonna sit there like me and you. We can go catch a movie, go chill or whatever.
Pick up just like we never left off.
Yeah.
I understand that, and I have other friends like that too.
Yeah, because another thing people don't know is like me and Brandon, like here over the last like couple of years, like I mean, we really haven't hung out as much,
especially
as we used to.
COVID kind of. Yeah. Since COVID, we haven't really seen each other.
Yeah, but I mean, every time we do, it's just like we never left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those things. Like whenever I was going through all that and actually did become popular, whatever. From that, I never felt like I was. I felt like I was the same dude, and
it's funny because
still did the same nerdy shit.
I'll tell people now, like when I'm describing you to people, I'm like, "Oh, you got to meet Marty. Marty's cool, friend from high school." I'll tell people like, if you didn't know me and Marty, you probably wouldn't know we were friends. At school, if you just saw us, you probably wouldn't know. You'd think we didn't even know each other.
That is true.
But then, like, after school, we did. We had our own friend groups at school, but, like, after school, like, we rode together to school most of our senior year. We carpooled. And then, like...
I mean, technically we're related, too, cousins.
by marriage.
Cousins by marriage. But literally, like, yeah, that's kind of how it always was. Like, we would play basketball and stuff. That's really what got us, like, really back tight after we drifted apart. Because once I did, look, let's go say everybody in the audience, whenever you get a little bit of coolness, don't forget your friends. Because I went and I was hanging out with all of them for a while. And then one day I decided to go back to church and played basketball. And I was like, man, that was fun. And
well, I'll tell you what it was.
It was one of my cool friends.
And we can go back to the fight after this, but I'll tell you what it was. Your mom showed up, like you said, we're sort of related by marriage. Your mom showed up to our what was it, our family Christmas or something like that, and then I found out like she was dating a family member of mine, and I'm like, that's Marty's mom. And then I messaged you, and I go, dude, your mom's like part of the family now.
Bro, that was an interesting time of all of our lives, to be honest.
And then we ended up taking a couple classes together our senior year too.
Yeah, we had biology and all that. Or chemistry, my bad.
It wasn't Was it chemistry? We did do chemistry.
We did have chemistry.
We had chemistry, and we also did Mississippi Writers.
Well, oh yeah, or was it no
creative writing, and then we did driver's ed together too.
Yeah, but I loved Mississippi Writers. Mississippi Writers was one of my favorite classes. I was literally telling somebody about that.
I think we did Mississippi Writers and creative writing together.
I don't know why that was my favorite one.
But anyway,
nerdy ass like to read.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's what kind of why we came back together. But anyway, after this fight was amazing, by the way. Like, it was in front of the entire football team. You whooped this kid. He wasn't a kid. He was a senior.
Yeah.
A grown man.
He was
like
2 years
like
older than
18
me,
years old, like grown man, like the kind of guy that I think he sold drugs.
Probably. But it was one of those things like he was
picking on you or something, calling you like out of your name.
Yeah, he picked on me and he was like, "Oh yeah, we'll see at practice." Well, practice happened, I hit him or whatever at practice like 2 or 3 times, nothing too crazy. I mean, it is what it is. Also, as Brendan mentioned, I wasn't that good.
This is sophomore year, by the way. This is we had gotten a little bit bigger.
I was a little bit bigger. I was a little bit better, but I still was not that good. Yes, he was a wide receiver, so yes, I did hit him on the ground, but it was nothing too crazy. And then we got back to the locker room, and he was, just talking, and I was like, man, I really don't want to go do this.
So everyone's like, I remember, and I'm not going to mention anybody's name just because, like, I'm not really friends with them. I don't know how they would feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
it's an interesting story, but it's kind of weird to tell.
I remember specifically, I was at my locker. I was changing. I mean, I got my underwear on, and that's it. And no, actually, I had that little girdle. It was the girdles.
I had just put my freaking shorts on. I still had my girdle.
And then I see. So we had a varsity locker room and a JV locker room, and we're all in the varsity locker room because we're on the varsity team at that time. And I'm changing clothes, like I'm half naked, and then I hear a bunch of hooping and hollering in the JV room. And then one of our other friends that we were good friends with at the time, he comes out and he's like, "Yo, that's Marty. You know me." You know me. I'm like, nah, not Marty. That's my boy. So I run in there, girdle on. That's it. Little football girdle with the pads. It's like basically underwear. Run in there.
Good times, really sexy.
Dude, I run in there and I'm like, Marty's finna need some help. I'm finna jump in. I stop in my tracks and I'm like, he don't need no help. Dude, the first thing I see when he comes in is like Superman punch.
That was probably my greatest moment.
It was great.
Hands down.
It's the one fight that people talked about for a while.
Everybody still talked about it like my senior year and everything. Yeah. That was crazy. But like
that was a turning point for you. I really think that was.
It was one of those things. Like I had been in fights before, but it was just for some reason like that one was just like it was different because I guess those other ones were like mainly like middle school and stuff like that. So people in high school didn't think about it, but then high school that was everybody saw it, and it was a couple people younger than us, a couple people older than us, so people remembered it as we went on, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. I guess that's just whenever they realized that while I was cool and I was, I was pretty
a respect
passive,
thing.
But I was
honestly another turning point. Well, no, I think another one. No, never mind. That wasn't a turning point.
Bring it.
You remember?
Let's see it.
You remember when you went to that party and you got drunk and you pissed on the fire?
Look,
I think that was a turning point too.
That one was actually right before that.
Yeah, that was
because that was whenever I was.
That was our freshman year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because look, mind you, like literally like a week before I went to this party, one of those guys that I went to the party with had brought like some whiskey to school in like a Mountain Dew bottle, and I drank out of my citrus saw and got so mad at me. So like I had already, look, we were some bad kids. We were sneaking alcohol everywhere.
Let me. I wanna say this. He comes back to school the next weekend, tells me about it, and then he mentions the fact that he had smoked his first cigarette.
One cigarette.
And then look, one cigarette, and he's like, I just got this smoker's cough.
Bro, I went on for a week with that cough.
I
know,
it was rough. I was like,
it
was one cigarette.
Man, I was about to die. That one cigarette almost killed me. I still feel it to this day.
It's probably all
coming back.
It's probably all the Black and Milds we've smoked.
That is true. We did go a phase with those Black and Milds.
So anyway, we'll fast forward from the fight because I don't really remember after football season.
Yeah,
I don't think we ever we talked, but we didn't like.
That was after you left.
Hang out.
Football and stuff.
Yep.
That was honestly like
I'd quit playing football.
You quit playing football, and then you had your own thing, and I had my own thing.
And then we'll fast forward to like the second semester of our senior year. Your mom shows up to our
bro. So he hit me up about that, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then I think it was actually you that told us to come play basketball.
Yeah, I invited you to come play basketball at church.
And I had one of my friends, one of my really good friends then.
Yeah, Lane.
Yeah. Good old dude. And I was like, man, me and him, like, we had just went through like a big ordeal with our other friend group.
Yeah, that was like a friend group switch.
Yeah, there was some
drama.
High school drama. There's always somebody with something going on. So we were just sitting there and we just, did our own thing and left that group. Started hanging out with Brendan and realized that we were actually not that bad at basketball.
Yeah.
It was actually fun.
And we added two more, some people that we're also related to. And we literally made a basketball team. And, like, from then on, like, at least 3 times a week, Marty and everybody else was over at my house shooting basketball. And then, like...
And we did this for, like... At least we did this for at least 2 years after that where we were like constantly playing basketball.
Played basketball a lot, and we would actually go and play other people. Like we'd have people form their own teams and stuff.
We made a ton of new friends that were playing basketball, and like literally like we would just meet up at some other people's houses and be playing basketball. And this went after we graduated when we should have been, focusing on college or something. But like me and Brendan were just like, man,
basketball is life, man.
Ball is life,
Ball is life, dude.
I used to get off work and freaking go play basketball like all night.
That's what we do it for hours too. And but yeah, you started coming over to my house a lot. But honestly,
my mom and dad thought that I was on like drugs or something because I was always gone. And like, but I literally told them, I was like, I'm playing basketball. I would come back home like stupid sweaty, and they were like,
what have you been doing? Like,
sure, I guess he's playing basketball. And I'm like, I really
honestly, dude.
I promise this time I'm not partying.
But yeah, and like but again, it was only after school. During school, we would not talk. We talk in the classes that we had.
We'd see each other in the hall, and we'd be like, "What up, bro?"
And then like in the classes, we had classes together. I think that semester we had like 3 classes together.
Yeah, and honestly, having driver's ed was nice too because we would just like not go to lunch and just go get freaking
driver's
food.
ed was incredible.
But then, let's fast forward past the high school, how our friendship evolved into, because I know we're getting
time's a little,
I was going to say, this one's going to go over 30 anyways.
Yeah.
We'll aim for like 45 on that.
Sure, we can shoot 45. That's fine. That's cool. We don't have to edit it.
But anyways, we'll go post high school. Our friendship evolved into... Let's see, I went to Belhaven, and you were at Colin at the time.
You weren't at Belhaven when I was at Colin. You remember you had taken off. You didn't go to school when we first.
I thought that you. I thought whenever you got the academic stuff.
Well, yes, when you were at Belhaven, your first time, I was at Colin my second time.
Oh.
But when we first...
Oh, yeah, the first time. I was whenever
I went straight to college, and you took a year off.
So I went to... he went to college, and I went into the Guard. So, again, our friendship changed. But we hung out all the time. Took a little break while I was gone, and then I came back like it never left.
Oh, right. That's when you went to Basic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then I ended up going to Belhaven for college and ran cross country and got off on that and stuff.
And we really didn't talk much when we were at Belhaven.
I was partying a lot.
Yeah. And I was working.
College. But I mean, Belhaven's such a small college that really, it is what it is.
But I tell you what did help. I had went and worked at this camp. And we had mutual friends that went to Belhaven that we knew.
When you met, you actually met my RA.
I met Jave, yeah.
Jave. Yeah, shout out to man. I haven't seen him in such a long time. I know he'll probably check this out.
He's great. But
I haven't seen him in a long time. Good dude. Miss you, buddy.
We'll drink to that.
This terrible freaking soda. Bro, you better catch up, man. I'm about to finish this thing.
How about you shut up? So, yeah. Dude, and then we'll fast forward even that, and then we can hit on this later. But we worked at the same company, different branches, but with the same like company.
It was a setup to begin with.
Dude.
Them hoes. I mean,
from what?
I said them hoes.
Dude, we were bill collectors.
Yeah, 100%. But see, Brennan was definitely 1,100% supposed to work at the same branch I was working at.
You even interviewed me.
1,000%. I interviewed him, and like literally the questions, like this is how well I knew this guy. Like I was asking him the questions, I would read it,
and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's bullshit."
And then like he would be telling me, and I'd be like, "Really? That's what you want to go with?
That's your answer?"
And then there was one point in time, there was one question, I can't remember what it was, but Brendan just looked at me and he was like, "I don't know how to answer that."
And Marty's like, "I got you."
I was like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, that was the weirdest.
That was the most awkward interview I've ever done in my life. But one of the few. But
I'm glad it was you that interviewed me because oh man,
it is what it is.
But then I ended up getting transferred to a different branch. But bill collecting sucked. We'll go in. We'll do a whole. I'll tell you what. We'll do an entire podcast talking about our bill collecting
a whole
stories.
dirty secret. I went like a whole freaking year with them, and I
didn't stay very long.
I'm gonna let it fly.
I stayed about 3 weeks.
Honestly, probably for the best. But you were in a terrible.
I was in a terrible place.
Position, man.
Ugh.
I'll never understand what I do know that companies have like certain needs, and obviously like hirees are gonna go wherever they're needed. But like if it's just a terrible spot, why would you set somebody like so fresh up there?
It was bad. I did not have a good time. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We haven't really. Again, we're not going to be able to dive in real deep with. Do what?
That's the name of the Lester's Fixins. Lester the. But so we're homies from a long time. That's a little bit of a in-depth background. We focused a lot of high school. But honestly,
most of our friendship was high school, though.
Literally, there's so much we could talk about that, though. Because
there
it
is.
spans over. I mean, we're freaking 25, so obviously this friendship spans over majority of that time.
Decades, dude. Notice I say decades. Because, like, in a couple of years, it'll be like, we will have been friends for, like, 20 years.
Bro, 30's like knocking at the door, man. Bro, 30 doesn't even seem like it's that old, but it is kind of, you know, it's one of those whenever, you know. Same thing. I'm going through a little midlife. I'm going through a mid-20s crisis.
I hope we're not at midlife.
I'm going through a mid-20s crisis because I'm realizing, like, 25 is a little older. My body's actually, you know, hitting that stage where I'm like, oh, boy, you're old. I'm chunky now? Man, when did I get this?
Yeah, but you broke your foot, though.
I did break my foot.
You weren't able to.
Freaking, also.
You broke your foot twice.
Shout out, Hoka's. Also, they need to sponsor us too, Hoka's, you know.
Dude, you
great
need
stuff.
to cut it with the free brand deals, bro.
Oh, man, brand deals, man. Sponsor
Not
me.
a sponsor. You owe us money.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm wearing these things is just because I'm recovering from that foot injury.
They are kind of ugly.
Hey, man, the support, it's for real.
They make you look tall, too.
They do. I feel like I'm 6 feet tall.
You probably are.
Man, I should have played basketball on these. I could have got a scholarship.
No, you weren't that good.
Just kidding. I was called Raindrops. I made it rain. Them threes.
So, that's pretty much it. Are you ready to indulge?
Sorry, I have one final sip.
I don't.
This thing is nasty.
I'll let you go first. Go ahead. Are you ready?
The last sip was the worst one.
I'm chugging the mustard. It literally tastes like mustard juice.
Chug. Ew, disgusting.
Have you ever like doused the mustard out and it gets a little watery?
And you had like a little mustard jizz on your stuff.
That's what that is. That's what that is.
I think that's what you call it. I mean, what else would you call it?
Sauce.
Sauce?
Juice.
Jizz is a nice word.
I think that's all the time we have, though.
Ended on an awkward note, my guys.
Right. Thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Look, a little lengthy one, and no, we got in the background a little bit there, but that was a pretty good one.
I had fun.
Obviously, there will be more storytelling as we go, and if y'all want some more episodes like this,
yeah, well, every now and then we'll do some storytelling, do some recounting our childhood.
Yeah, we'll get off the fast pace. I know this is only episode 2.
Oh man, feels like we've been doing it for a whole 2 weeks now.
Something.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been Cool Story Bro with Brennan and Marty. Boom.
Peace out,
dude.